The project today is to turn this Home Depot planter into a water feature. It has a built-in shelf already. The plan is to put a bucket on that, fill the bucket with water, put a pump in it, put a top over the bucket, and then a decorative ball on top of that. First, I'm going to reinforce this shelf because the bucket, when it's full of water, is going to be heavy. I have this scrap piece of patio paver edging that I am bolting to the bottom. I bought a 10-watt submersible pump off of Amazon. I'll link it in the description. And I'm attaching to that a piece of PEX plumbing pipe that I had left over from another project. I need a couple of holes to feed the cord through, one through the shelf that the bucket is sitting on, and then another at the base of the planter. To cover the bucket, I'm using a piece of pegboard I got at Home Depot. It's a little bit big, so I'm cutting it down to size. And this pegboard needs a hole in it where the PEX pipe will feed through. I want to make sure that all the water that gets pumped up flows back into the bucket. So I am using binder clips to clip a piece of plastic all the way around. And then after I feed the cord through the shelf and down out the bottom of the planter, I can put the bucket in and tuck the plastic into the bucket. The bucket was sitting a little low on the shelf, so I'm using an extra piece of plastic to create some space and then putting the pegboard on top of that. The decorative ball I got at the at-home store. It's a little dull in color, so I decided to paint it first with a base coat of blue paint and then with an acrylic pour, mixing blue, white, and gray and pouring that over top of the ball. I have a separate video on that process, so I've just hit the highlights here. I need to make the ball waterproof, and for that I settled on a 2-part epoxy. I poured it on top, let it drip around, and then used a paintbrush to try to get into all the nooks and crannies. The PEX pipe is going to come up through this ball, so it needs a hole in the top. It seemed to be sitting a little bit low, so I got another piece of scrap plastic and created a spacer to let it sit above the pegboard.